Marathon could be one of the biggest games of 2025, and there's a ton of details surrounding this game. Whether if you're able to preload the game, when we might be seeing an alpha or beta sign up, when the potential release date could be, multiple other details from verified sources, including some takes from people that have already played the game, that'll lead us onto some teaser imagery as well as potential future teasers, and a breakdown of some recent ones, as well as a whole bunch more. What's up world, it's Utopia back here with another video today. We're checking out all things Marathon. So first up, we'll briefly cover the basics. Of course, there's been a ton of information that's come out about Marathon already as a game. If you didn't already, it's an extraction shooter. People originally thought it was going to be a hero shooter, but it's more like a class-based shooter, and it is going to be a team-based extraction shooter, much like Escape from Tarkov and many that have come before it or after. And recently, of course, if you haven't seen it, we did get that save the date trailer. Essentially, it is just a bunch of teaser imagery, but it does point to the April 12th date, which it will be a gameplay reveal, as it does say in the description. That's going to happen on April 12th at 10 a.m. Pacific time. That converts to 12 p.m. CST or 1 p.m. EST. It also does look like that's probably going to be potentially live streamed, at least for that showcase, maybe with a trailer dropping after or while it happens. Again, I'll leave a link to the Marathon page down below, as well as the Twitch account. That way you can check it out when that drop does happen. And if we get any new information in between there, I will provide it. We do have a ton of further information here that we have already, though. First up, there's been a lot of rumors, and even dated back to the developer update, where they talked about that we might be seeing an alpha or beta in 2025. Now, first up, we did have this tweet here that kind of threw things off, or at least made people think that there was going to be a playable alpha once this reveal goes live. Or we had a renowned informant in journalism here, Tom Henderson from Insider Gaming, essentially tweet back here to somebody asking will it be playable right after the gameplay announcement. However, he did further clarify here, saying that it's probably going to be a closed announcement and sign up. It's not essentially a shadow drop of the game on April 12th. We even had an additional confirmation here from Paul Tassi, who is a writer from Forbes. He was retweeting to somebody in a now deleted tweet, but he told them to not get their hopes up. That closed alpha is not the same day drop, and it will more than likely be something later that you could register for. So I do believe you're not going to be able to play anything on the 12th. It's only going to be an announcement for further teasers or reveal when you can. Now, there actually is further context here though, and this points to an actual release date. So again, Tom Henderson here actually does leak a little bit things further here, where he does mention that he told his missus that he'll be on Marathon Grind later this year. Someone even does ask here, so are you saying Marathon releases this year? And he does mention that yes, it will. Now, I try to get some further context on this. I went through their entire earnings call from February 2025. There's nothing on their future, any new releases, or even the Marathon game mentioned at all. So they don't even talk about this game in there. Normally you could find that out from those. Unfortunately, we don't have anything or any further context on that. Now, some people are speculating a September release, but I think it's too speculatory now to really pinpoint when that might be. But at least we do have something in regards to a playtest that is happening very soon. At least you'll be able to sign up for that, and the full dates will probably be released. So I would guess here either end of April or beginning of May will be when the actual playtest is. Speaking of playtests, we have some other information here from other creators, and even from Jeff Keighley himself, where they actually have been testing more of Marathon. There's been a lot of tests in the recent years, but it's really ramping up and more creators are being let in. We even had Dr. Lupo chiming in here, saying he's known about the project since 2018 and he's been playtesting it for the past 6 years. Said every time he's seen it, it's gotten better, and he's very excited for the people to finally see it, and that I think it can be better than what it is right now. Now, Valkyrie also did chime in on this, saying that I'll be selling my soul to Bungie when Marathon is released, and they are a confirmed playtester. They actually did talk about this in a further tweet. But yes, this was another individual who did get to test the previous alphas. Speaking of playtests, alphas, signups, there was a mention on pre-downloading, where we had this tweet go around essentially saying that you can pre-download now on Xbox, and that they were expecting an alpha or a beta shadow drop. However, if you actually do look at this original image and tweet here, this person showcases they're only downloading 327 megabytes. More than likely, this is just the license that Xbox provides. That happens all the time when you do pre-purchase a game. You essentially do get the license or the content license downloaded to you. Now, they're normally not this large of a download size. However, obviously this is nowhere near what the full game is going to be, so more than likely this is just a placeholder for right now. And we even have Paul Tassi confirming again it's just an Xbox thing. It doesn't have anything to do with an actual preload. So again, more than likely they're just going to announce the sign up for an alpha or a beta test. Now, the person who tweeted this actually was another influencer that goes by the name of King Gathalion. He's decently recognizable over on Twitch. However, he did receive a press kit, or basically an influencer reviewer package. Now, sometimes these are launched way before a game's release, so again, I don't think that tells us anything by the release date. Now, he didn't showcase off everything in the box, but he did mention that there was a t-shirt, a hat, a little metal card, and a keychain. The little metal card here that he did showcase and the symbols that are on it. Now, since there is no public key as of right now, it is pretty hard to decrypt. Obviously, it is a bunch of small glyphs Bungie is kind of renowned for right now, especially with their previous games. But we could use these for potential future purposes, or even if anybody does decode essentially what the key would be for this. There's a ton of Easter eggs and teasers around this game. In fact, even the original trailer was actually unlocked by the community. That took 3 days and 7,000 people to do so. So Bungie has been putting on a hunt essentially for all of these. They of course do have their website, which does have some decoding on there and some decent music. They link down below to the Discord, even the Twitch channel. And they also have one where you can snag this as a wallpaper, so pretty cool there if you wanted to do so. Speaking of teasers and more imagery, we actually have a ton over on Joseph A. Cross's Instagram. He is a franchise art director for Marathon at Bungie and a concept artist for films. He even did a bunch of stuff with Dune, which I think is really cool there. But he has a ton of new images here that you can check out of older characters, things they even showed off during the teasers, or you can check them in decently high resolution. I'm actually going to upscale a few of those since they are directly from the trailer, but that way we can get some nice clear imagery here. Again, these are some really decent imagery here. You can check this out over on that Instagram. I will link to it, of course, down below. We have one last sort of decryption here, which was just recently posted actually as of recording this audio, but another phrase here almost looks like a T7162. Of course, Bungie does love the number 7. Again, not exactly sure what this one could be, but it is on that caterpillar imagery that we have seen before. We also do have this post here from Marathon Bulletin, showcasing some of the 2020 reveals and what that concept art actually did look like. So you can see some of the art style there and what they've kind of transferred from and essentially kind of played off of from the beginning. We also do have PlayStation kind of playing into this. They did change their Twitter background to Marathon. Although yes, some people might think that there is an exclusivity there. We've even had people tweet about it. However, no, the game is not exclusive to PlayStation and will be on Steam, Xbox, and PlayStation. In fact, you can see that here, Marathon does have its own Xbox page and is viewable from the online store and the Microsoft store. So yes, this game is coming to Xbox. And for people that want an even more verified source here, even the Marathon Twitter account says you can wishlist now on Xbox, and it is in their Twitter bio that it's going to be on PlayStation, Xbox Series S and X, as well as PC. So essentially all platforms will be getting this game. A last mentionable here, this one also did recently come out for that save the date trailer, but apparently Bungie has confirmed that Marathon gameplay showcase teaser was not in-engine footage. This was just a teaser with the save the date reveal and to give you a sneak peek into what the universe might feel like, but it is not shot in-game. Where for all the in-game or in-engine gameplay, that trailer will be dropping on the April 12th. So that's where you'll actually see real gameplay from Marathon and the full reveal of it. Again, if we have any further details that come out before now and then, I will be sure to cover it and put a video out for you guys. Overall, I should about cover it for today's video. If you enjoyed it, like, subscribe, and until the next one. Deuces.